Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen Crash Academy, some very good Star Citizen German YouTubers, links below to them. Talk to Erin Roberts, Brian Chambers, and some other devs at GamesCom for some stuff that's going to be happening at CitizenCon, Squadron 42 plans, the particulars of the Idris Battle at GamesCom, as well as some stuff about the face-over IP and VR support of the future. My German is not the best, however, so thank you to my Star Citizen German friend George for helping me with the overview of their video in English. CitizenCon. So Squadron 42 is planned to be the main subject at CitizenCon 2017. Now, wild speculation abound about whether they're going to show the vertical slice. Talking to Erin, in my interview with Erin when I went to my studio tour a few weeks ago, I would suspect that they will show some form of vertical slice, probably the evolved version of what they originally had, because stuff would have changed by now. CIG is still working to release Squadron 42 Episode 1 this year, so 2017 if possible. Squadron 42 Episode 1 is significantly less demanding than anything for the persistent universe, so they are confident of the possibility. This is by no means a confirmation whether it will be in 2017, and I suspect that's quite a optimistic possibility, but we'll have to wait and see. Again, in my interview with Erin, he told me that we would see traditional advertising for Squadron 42 Episode 1, so expect to see it in magazines and that sort of stuff, and it will go to the schedule report. I'm assuming that will be the next big thing after 3.0's release. We'll see some Squadron 42 stuff on that schedule report, giving us a bit more of an indication when a possible release date is. CitizenCon 2947, so this year's CitizenCon, will be held on Friday, the 27th of October at the Capitol Theatre in Frankfurt. The presentation will be live streamed in a similar style to the GamesCom presentation at twitch.tv/Star Citizen, hopefully with less crashes. We don't have the actual times yet, they're to be confirmed, but expect it around 6 to 9 PM UTC-ish. That's my expectation there. The Gamescom Idris info. So Gamescom left a lot unsaid, and we're now waiting with bated breath for CitizenCon. There were a few answers, though, given to Crash Academy about the Idris battles and the Gamescom presentation, though. So Gamescom's presentation was heavily affected by 3.0 not being released. If 3.0 had been released before Gamescom, then the presentation would have been significantly more Squadron 42-centric. For the Idris battle at Gamescom, the shields were disabled on all ships involved. This was because during testing, there just wasn't enough damage per second to take down a ship within a reasonable amount of time. The railgun as well takes a lot of energy at the moment, and you can't fire the railgun and keep the shields up on the Idris due to those energy restrictions. You have to choose. But even using the railgun against another Idris when their shields were up was not enough to drop them, and it would just make more sense to keep the shields up all the time. This is not the intention going forward, though. The Idris is still in its balancing phase, and the internals are not completely finished either. The shields of an Idris have a 1.5 minute charge up time to activate at the moment. This is the kind of mechanic they roughly want for the final game. Your Idris will be vulnerable when switching between the railgun or other power needs. Disabling power or shields, even briefly, would cause capital ships to be vulnerable for much longer periods of time where you have to reboot the system. And obviously, engineering teams and capital ship repair running around, repairing systems and stopping the power not going to where you want it to go, or there's a break in the power circuits and you need to repair them. That's going to be incredibly important for capital ship fighting in the future. The second Idris battle showed some of the damage and critical hits that can happen. The pirate Idris in that one suffered a critical hit from a railgun to its power core that caused it to explode and get destroyed significantly faster than the first battle. I talked before in another video about the Idris in the demo for Gamescom being crewed by 6 players each. In Squadron 42, this is likely to be 18-19 NPCs crewing one. The Idris will not be in Alpha 3.0, but it could potentially be in 3.1 or 3.2 builds, but there is an internal discussion within CIG whether they want the ship open to players as soon as possible, or should they wait until Squadron 42 Episode 1 has been released first. There was also talk of FOIP, face-over IP, and VR tech that Star Citizen will be using too. So the face-over IP and voiceover IP systems in Star Citizen will be optional. Any webcam and microphone can be used though with varying levels of quality, and we'll do some videos about that once we actually have the technology in our hands. The voiceover IP can drive lip movement, and the faceover IP will better express your facial animations, reactions, as well as improve that lip movement further. This is all going to be driven with Spectrum in the background, so it doesn't have to go directly through the Star Citizen. They don't want to have to deal with too many things going on in Star Citizen's engine, so that's all going to be driven through Spectrum. They are currently finishing what they call Phase 1 of FOIP and VoIP. So those systems, they're busy currently with bug fixes and getting them finished. Futures phases will deal with hair, beards and glasses on cameras to ensure that they don't cause issues for the system and improve overall quality so that more people can use them. Obviously, if you're wearing glasses, you might not be able to track your eyebrows as well. If you've got facial hair, that could cause issues. So they're going to try and get all those bugs, and the overall quality of those systems just improved significantly. The second phase will also include work for VR and better head tracking. Phase 3 will look at finalising VR support and eye tracking as well as kind of polishing the overall experience. There are constraints for the headsets for VR in general, so this kind of means that they're not really appropriate to track eyebrows or parts of your face that are covered by them currently. We will have to see in the future if there will be other ways around it, different headsets that come out that might have eye tracking or might have cameras in there or have something, some way of being able to track the rest of your face. It's good to know that CIG will be supporting them to the best standard that they can though. Phase 2 is a way off and Phase 3 is a long, long way off at the moment, so just bear that in mind. And that was basically all they talked about there. I will put the original links to that video from Crash Academy. Absolutely great video. I will link this article as well. If someone does a really good German translation of it as well into English, I'll link that when I find it. Every month we give away a ship for August. It's a Nox Q. All you need to do is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and comment on any of my Star Citizen content during that month. A massive thank you to George. A massive thank you to Crash Academy. Really great stuff there. Any questions that you have about Alpha 3.0, about GamesCom, about CitizenCon, or Star Citizen's development in general, please chuck them in the links below. A special thank you to my Patreons, allowing me to create the amount of content I do. If you're interested in becoming one, and then you can find the links to Patreon below, as well as everything else we've discussed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, it really does help me, and I will see you in the verse.